What?
Time out, time out, time out, time out, time out, time out. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another story for you. This one is actually from Best of Redditor Updates and is titled, Me, 35 male with my wife, 29 female of 5 years, wants a divorce after I requested a paternity test. Originally posted September 19th, 2015. That was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I met my wife through a mutual friend. We were friends for a year or so before we both became single and decided we were compatible enough to date. We were together 2 years before we got married. This is a very clinical approach, isn't it?
Rigid.
So we're friends for a year, and at that year point, they're like, I think we may be compatible enough to date. What do you think? And the other one's like, I concur. But let's begin the experiment now. I do not know what got into me. My wife is loyal, faithful, but I had been reading statistics about how many men are raising children that aren't their own and had absolutely no idea around the time she found out she was pregnant. We both wanted children. We weren't actively preventing it. About 3 months in, I couldn't take it anymore, and I told her I wanted a paternity test. Hold the on. He just happened to be reading statistics about men who are raising children that aren't their own, that don't know it, how would they get those statistics? Because they don't fucking know. The statistic thing does not surprise me, but that being the only thing that triggered him to be like, I'm sorry, I just can't take it anymore. It's been haunting me. I have to know. No other reason other than he read a stat. Okay. She asked me if I was accusing her of cheating. I said yes. Boop. Rosa. She asked me why, and I couldn't answer her. Oh, no shit. Didn't have a statistic to pull up for that one, did ya?
Do you think maybe it was because he had something going on and therefore he thought?
Projecting, maybe?
What's
the statistics on people projecting when they accuse their partner of cheating? She asked me why, and I couldn't answer her. Neither of us have ever cheated or been cheated on. She works very hard, long hours at her job, but has always let me know where she is or who she will be with. If she was going somewhere with friends, I was always welcomed. I do not know why I did this, and it's tearing me up. She told me that she would gladly give me the paternity test, but that she was moving back to her mother's until that time because she didn't know if she wanted to continue the marriage. She got an amniocentesis test about 20 weeks. I'm the father, and when she told me, I was so happy, but she wasn't. She told me that she felt like she fell out of love with me the minute I asked her, and that she had no desire to reconcile. Fair. Our daughter was born July 10th. My wife has gone through a lawyer and has started through the motions of divorce and issues of custody. She has since gotten her own apartment. She said she wants to keep this as amicable as possible for the sake of our daughter. She doesn't want support or alimony because she makes more than enough to cover herself and our daughter's needs and live a comfortable life. It's taken since February to even get her to soften her stance and even think about counseling. She said she loves me, but she isn't sure she can get over this. Now I'm trying to think of how to fix this. I want to prepare a list to talk about on Monday at counseling, but I just can't think of anything but apologizing, and that hasn't made a difference in the past months. I don't think it would now. Relevant comments here. Comment, what the f***? No reason to think she cheated, not one iota. Did you think aliens impregnated her? I find it hard to overlook that too. OP says we were sexually active, so I did know that there was a good likelihood I was the father. I just couldn't shake that little voice that told me I might not be. Good likelihood, eh? You married, you know where she is every minute of every day. You've never had any reason to think that she wasn't being faithful to you. I'd say there was a good likelihood you were the father.
I think if you're going to ask for a paternity test, you better be willing to deal with the fallout if you're wrong. And I think also I would really like to know, like you said, what that statistic actually is.
Of people projecting when they accuse their partner?
No, and also how many, like you said, how men raising children that aren't theirs because women lied to them. I'm sure it happens, absolutely, but
how do they get that data?
Yeah, how do they get the data? And also, if you have no reason to believe that your spouse is cheating on you, why are you assuming if not projecting? That's my question. And that's what I would like to know. I have not read this update.
Okay, here's the update. September 20th, 2015. I got to sit down with my wife during my visit with my daughter while she was napping. She says that this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Here is why she went nuclear, as a lot of people said. As much as this hurt, I needed to hear it. Who the said that she went nuclear? It feels like an appropriate response.
You accused her of cheating when she didn't.
I had trouble trusting her our whole relationship, despite the fact that she had never cheated on me or any exes. She's caught me snooping through her phone, email, work laptop before, and because she deals with privileged information, she says I open her up to liabilities with her clients. No, I've never found anything incriminating. All right, so he's got a deep insecurity then. She has never hidden anything except work-related things because of confidentiality. Her bank accounts, credit card information, phone records were always open to me because she's caught me snooping before, and she wanted to assuage my fears. Sorry, I don't know big words. I could say lots of words, but I just don't know big ones. I had recently installed Tinder on my phone, and she had caught me on OkCupid 6 months ago. Her best friend sent her my profile, so she thinks this is me projecting. Time out!
What?
Time out, time out, time out, time out, time out, time out.
Dude, you're on a dating app?
It was just to gather some statistics.
To see if anybody would have sex with me. That is projecting. That's literally what you're doing.
I'm still gathering data. It's too early to make a determination. I don't have a sample size large enough to be able to be a true representative sample here.
What?
Why the would you have Tinder and OkCupid on your phone if not brozoing around?
Oh my gosh.
I don't understand. She got upset about the hypocriticalness of it all, while she had to be fully open to me, but she says I never showed her the same courtesy and always bitched at her about my privacy. I had my phone passcoded. I would get upset if she did the same, and I'd get angry with her if she went into my computer or email for any reason, even if it was bill related. She said what really made her not want to work on it was some of the following. Oh, not that list, a new list.
I think that enough with the accusations. Like, that's enough.
Yes.
For her
Absolutely.
talking to a divorce. Well, okay, keep going. Sorry. I'm the peanut gallery right now. I haven't read this. I have no idea what it's about.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, this is news to me.
Perfect. She felt no support for me at all before the test. She would come over every other day and talk to me, but I was cold to her and that she tried to work on it in the beginning. She said my aloofness made her not care. Oh, so she's indifferent now. I refused to help her cover the copay for amniocentesis. She said that this was pettiness that made her feel this way, but she was going to get an amniocentesis test anyway because she's paranoid about birth defects and her insurance didn't deem it medically necessary. I went on a few dates after she moved out and she found out. She considered it cheating because she had been attempting to work on our marriage at that point and had even made counseling appointments that I refused to attend until she got the paternity test. I didn't remember about this and didn't include it in my last post. You didn't remember? Hold up. Mister, after 12 months, I think we might be compatible enough to proceed with the process of dating. And Mr. Tinder and OkCupid that you didn't include in your OG post either, you did not forget to include shit. Except that you're a cheating douchebag.
I just want to make sure I understand this correctly. She can't passcode her phone because he would think she's cheating.
Yes, absolutely.
But he can passcode his phone to make sure that there is so that she can't get to his Tinder profile. And then he accuses her of cheating, even though she's never done anything to even insinuate that she has cheated because she's like an open book, but he believes that she's cheating in all the spare time that she has while she's...
But he doesn't. That's the kicker. He doesn't. It's what? Guilt projection?
He's an insecure brozo motherfucker because he is what the
That's a t-shirt. Insecure brozo mother.
And then she moves out and he's like, I think I'll try dating again. See if I'm compatible with anybody else out there.
But I forgot to include that in my post. Hold up. She left you because this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Actually, all this other shit was. She left you. You say you're just so torn up about this and you just want to be a family. The entire world calls bullshit on you.
Yeah. Dude, fix yourself. What?
Indeed.
You've got some broken shit happening right now. You need to fix yourself before you even try to get on Tinder again, because you're going to just hurt somebody else. Yeah. Just fix yourself before you try to do anything else to anybody else.
Fix yourself before you dix yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, there's more here. She said she's willing to work on the marriage, but she said that it has to be as open both ways as she isn't willing to move back in with me right now.
Don't do it.
I have to give her the passcode to my phone and delete Tinder. Boo f***ing who. I do not want to give her the passcode to my phone because I think I deserve my privacy. Her other condition is personal therapy as well as the couples counseling. I don't want to do this either
You
because,
need it.
as many of you have pointed out, that there's nothing wrong with wanting to be sure.
That's not why you need that. That's not why you need the therapy. You need the therapy because something is broken.
Comment: I'm shocked that you posted an update. Your original post included nothing that would help us understand her decision. Frankly, you sound completely out of touch with reality. I can't imagine why she's willing to work on this marriage. Let her go for her sake.
And your child's sake.
OP says she hadn't told me. She was keeping contact minimal besides allowing me to see our daughter, but she wasn't opening up to me about how she felt. Deleted comments here says, wow, I can't believe the shit you did to her, and she is still willing to work on things. You, sir, need counseling and a swift kick to the ass. OP says she said she's willing to because of our daughter, but if it was her alone, she wouldn't. Okay, throwing another red flag right now, because if that is the only reason you are staying, it is not going to work. And look at it just this plain old way. What you are teaching your child is that if they find themselves in this situation, it's okay to not be loved. It's okay to not be respected. It's okay to give up being treated well and being loved and to just accept this as your sentence because you have children. Also, you are showing them the example of what love and marriage should be. You are showing them their worth by reducing your own. This is a terrible decision. Comment: you left out the stuff about being protective of your mobile devices, having a Tinder profile, and going on dates yesterday. You said you deserve your privacy. You're a piece of work. For God's sake, get help and put all this energy into being a good dad. Don't be so self-involved and selfish. OP says, I didn't go on any dates until after she left. Comment.
No, wait, I didn't go on any dates until after she left, but nothing about the Tinder profile, the OkCupid profile. Those were all before she left.
It doesn't even matter because she left when he asked for the test. There was a huge chunk of time between her leaving when he asked for it and then the test actually happening and then his Reddit post. That was absolutely part of the plot that was completely left out here, intentionally.
100% intentional because he wanted to feel validated without sharing what a piece of shit Black Hole Award winner that he is.
And he's quoting people who supported him on the OG post with things like, because as many of you said, it's okay to want to be sure. I guess, is that your argument for what you're doing right now with OkCupid and Tinder and dates? It's okay to want to be sure, so you should still be testing your marriage by dating other people. Don't you want to fix that? Updates to September 25th, 2015. I realize now that I'm not exactly someone you want to sympathize with, and I'm sorry. I do love Marissa and want to be a better husband and father, but I will not get that chance. In therapy, our therapist had us lay everything out on the table, and I admitted that I was an unfair hypocrite. She admitted that she's happier without me, despite being a single mother for all intents and purposes. We attempted to talk through it, with her laying out her terms to re-enter the marriage. I still feel I did not cheat on her because she left me with no discussion of terms. She feels I cheated because we were still married, and actively discussing her eventually rebuilding her trust in me and moving back home. We agreed to try another therapy session, but Tuesday morning she canceled it and filed for divorce. Yes! We had dinner that night. She told me she was sorry, but she didn't think it would work because her trust at this point was irrevocably broken. I promise I'm smarter than this. I really am. It was the sun. The sun bleached my brain today, and it's operating at like 15% power. I told her it was okay. We sat down and talked about visitation until she leaves in January, which she'll be moving to her home state with an opportunity that grants her more money and better benefits, including on-site daycare. She told me that she harbors no hard feelings towards me, but she wishes it hadn't ended this way. I told her it didn't have to, but she disagreed and said it did. I told her I would give her access to my phone and such, but the fact that I did that to her left a sour taste in her mouth about it, and she doesn't want a relationship where it's considered normal to not share or rifle through the other person's things for no reason, as she put it. We agreed on child support, and we will get it in writing. I make a comparable amount to what she will be making, so we agreed to split baby expenses. Baby will be on her insurance. I gave her a check for the amount of the amniocentesis. Anything else we can think of? I know there's no chance of getting my wife back now, but how can I be a good dad to baby long distance? We talked about my eventually moving to be in the proximity. She made sure to emphasize for baby that we will not be getting back together, but I'm locked into a contract until next December at least. That is the end of the story.
She did
This
it.
is how it ends? Wait, since 2015 there hasn't been a single update?
Well, no, because he realizes that he f***ed up, so he doesn't want to share anymore.
This is not a Reddit story. This is a Blew It story.
Blew it.
He blew it.
Oh. I think she did everything that she needed to do at the end of this. But yeah, what a wild ride. What are you doing? Stop. Just be normal. Just go back to your spot.
Be normal. Donkey! For 5 stinking minutes, could you just not be yourself? I'm sorry.
I turned around and this man is crouching behind me, walking like this.
Did the elevator.
A very low profile.
If you hadn't stopped me, the escalator would have been next. We'll go there. We're going all the way to the black hole, folks. Strap in. Not my OK Cupid and Tinder profiles. Sorry.